Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Niko House, host of the political radio show Mikasa Sukasa, and I urge you all to join our One Follow $1 campaign, where we show the mainstream media that we do not need them. Just join the campaign by donating $1 through the Patreon link below. Help support the show, help support our growing presence, and help expand the channel. Also, click that notification bell and the subscribe button. Now, today I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about some amazing investigative journalism by Walker Bragman, Mike Sainato, who was a good friend of mine, and Geoff Campbell, who was also a good friend of mine. They wrote an article in the Huffington Post called "What Donna Brazille Left Out of the Democratic National Committee Story." Not saying, now when they say that, I just want to clarify, they're not saying that she did it on purpose, because there was a lot of corruption in the campaign and she didn't name it all, but this is actually something very important. They go on to talk and discuss about the fact that although Donna Brazille said what she said in her criticisms of the DNC and how they stacked the deck against Bernie Sanders, they did not, or she did not, even begin to give us a legitimate scope of what exactly Bernie Sanders was going up against. And I think it's even more important to point out, which I will explain after I read this part, read this excerpt from the article. I mean, it's important to point out that the deck was stacked against Bernie Sanders before they even knew who Bernie Sanders was. You know, if that he was going to run, and they. Because of that, it lets you know that they did not only stack the deck against him, but they were never going to let anyone else win that presidential nomination. And it just happened to be that least of all, they wanted Bernie Sanders to win. Now, they say that in the article they write that the DNC relied on multiple consulting firms during the election, but the two most prominent and highest paid were Precision Strategies and SKD Knickerbocker. On January 26, 2015, about 3 months before Clinton officially announced her candidacy, Precision received its first payment from the DNC for the 2016 election cycle. May 19, 2015, SKDK, which had worked with the party in various roles for years, received the first payment of the cycle. So that's May 19, 2015. The DNC ultimately gave Precision and SKDK close to $1 million over the course of the presidential race, but nearly 400,000 of that came during the primary when Clinton was battling it out against Bernie Sanders. The DNC paid Precision $230,000 for the political consulting between February 2016 and the end of the primary. It paid SKDK $150,000 for the media consulting between May 2015 and the end of the primary. In October 2015, former top Clinton aide Mark Penn bought SKDK. From the start, Sanders had fewer longtime allies at the heart of the Democratic Party and the establishment than Clinton did. That was part of his outsider appeal, but these consulting teams, which were coordinating strategic communications, media relations, and research well before the party chose its nominee, included several establishment Democratic operatives who openly favored former Secretary Hillary Clinton, and many of them had a history with Clinton. So, once again, letting you know that Bernie Sanders never had a chance, but not only did Bernie Sanders never have a chance, but no one had a chance. It was going to be Hillary Clinton as a presidential nominee, and like the article points out, a lot of those payments stopped after the primary was over. One Hillary Clinton operative who was supposed to be hired by the campaign ended up owning the consulting firm, SKDK. And, no, excuse me, I lied. The founder of Precision, not SKDK, or a co-founder, Jennifer O'Malley, is a Barack Obama campaign director, or she was a campaign veteran, excuse me, and she ended up becoming the executive director still during the Hillary Clinton campaign of that Precision consulting firm. And on top of that, was actually supposed to be hired by Hillary Clinton, but it looks like they decided that she was better as a consultant, because all her job was going to be was to help control the messaging for the Hillary Clinton campaign, and it is very clear that, I mean, if you don't know, as a consultant, that's what you do. So they kind of did bring her on. They just paid her through the DNC, so it looked like it was a little bit more legitimate and unbiased, because she was, in that regard, she's supposed to be controlling the messaging of the DNC, and if I was the DNC, I would fire her immediately. So, because clearly that's not working. But yeah, this is just another demonstration, like I said, that the DNC was never going to let Bernie Sanders win, and that times have changed a little bit, because, well, they don't really have control over their party anymore. They can't use identity politics anymore unless they want to keep losing and drive the party into the dirt. They're broke as hell. They can't use Hillary Clinton to launder money anymore. They need a fundraising giant. They need a fundraising guru. I'm being, just objectively clear about this. The only person that can do that, the only person that can fundraise to the degree from individual donations that Hillary Clinton could, was Bernie Sanders. And not only from one demographic, but Bernie Sanders' fundraising came from the most diverse groups of demographics. So he had the most in just about every type of demographic you can think of. He had the most black people donate to his campaign individually, the most black women, the most black men, the most Latinos, the most Latino women, the most, like, et cetera, et cetera. So even though Hillary Clinton killed it in super PACs, which is not hard when you're going to sell your soul for an election victory, Bernie Sanders can fundraise organically, and it's something that the DNC desperately needs, not only to win elections, but probably most importantly to make sure that they're not being beholden to corporate donors in the future. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember, like I said, like, subscribe, donate to that One Follow $1 campaign by donating $1 to the Patreon link below, and always remember, find your balance. Peace.